Today, my topic is about 5G as why the third generation networks and upgradation of time and space. In the recent 3 years, 5G development has already achieved a lot and come to a milestone. According to the data published, the general 5G penetration rate is 42%. The, the data is higher in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. According to our estimation, it reached to 60 to 70%. What does 5G bring to society from the network perspective? The important change is that the cloud and network fusion together. Before, the network is more physical ones. We have data center, the edge information milestone, information tower, which is combined with real modules. We have a core and the main networks. The difference about 5G is for telecommunication, it needs computing. 5G is large wideband and low latency. It could put all those modules in the cloud. 5G, we use the technologies to upload it into the cloud. Therefore, the national cloud networks is already uploaded. It's in the IT rooms and is more virtual ones. Therefore, the cloud part and the networks has been integrated. Therefore, for terminal side, it could like replace the hash rate or computing power. The terminal hash rate doesn't need to. It could be used as part of a power to do other computing. For example, cloud computing business, like high definition or resolution TV, live streaming, or XR. This is the first part. Second change is about digital and smart fusion or integration. From MR, XR, or mobile, the data exchange amount is huge. And the 5G networks, there are about 2 million terminals connected to create huge amount of 2 million terminals. Maybe something not quite right, which is about 20 billion like terminals like mobile phones and vehicles and the speakers and the routers. All these things could be connected. And 20 billion like chips are connected to create the data.
And now what we are doing is to leverage AI with other companies to integrate all the data and then to process the data with AI technology. Against the backdrop, our life, our commerce, our public spaces are now modeled in those models or digital twins models. The closest one to our consumers is based on the computing or vision computing, the VR. And for our company, the metaverse is actually the total of the next generation of internet based on VR and AR. And so far, all the 2D or all the internet, TV, or computers will be turned into virtual world with the leverage of VR and AR. So we call it XR altogether. And such contents generate the new products. And what we are doing is to integrate all the products and to apply that in the commercial complex. We establish a smart commerce platform based on 5G. So with the wide bandwidth and low latency, data transmission is possible, and especially for a large number of real-time data processing is becoming more and more feasible. Then we can process the information on the virtual world and then display it in local place. And we call it AR, but now we call it the business native metaverse. So what we are doing right now at the core is to integrate all the data from the offline shopping malls and commercial complex and to build models and then upload that to the cloud. The data include navigation, gaming, marketing, video, live streaming, avatar, and etc. What it brings to us is the reform of the experience in the brick-and-mortar stores. Well, for the retail scenarios, we focus mainly on channels or traffic in the past, or touch points to the customers. For example, one touch point might be a screen or a mobile phone. And for such a touch point, it's not connected with another one. For example, the 2D screen, when you want to connect it with another screen, you can scan the screen with the IoT. But nowadays, with the AR, and such touch point could be connected. This connection is continuous. So each touch point can be transformed to a connected one with AR and then form into a chain. So on the chain, the touch point is like a node, and on each node, we can put on some applications to promote the conversion rate, for example, the live streaming, gaming, so that we can improve the offline customer experience. At the same time, if we connect the dots of offline touchpoint to a chain, then we can build up a more precise profile of customers, and which is very common nowadays in online e-commerce. For example, the Luban engine of Alibaba on the Double 11 festival, it can generate 200 profiles of customers. And on the website, if we open a page, so all the text, all the information are real-time modeled. So before you open the page, even like 10 milliseconds, those contents did not exist. And such contents were customized for you only when you open the page. And we call it customization for different customers. And marching towards the future, we will have an even more customized space. We call it microservice. And in the future, people will go into the same physical space, but if you leverage XR, if you combine the XR with the physical space, it will become a real-time space for you, in which the contents will change in real time for your preferences. So we actually combine the offline online spaces with the VR and AR using the customer's data. Now we have already implemented that in our daily work. After we acquire the customer data, we can generate a model. And if the customers have not yet used our XR applications, we will generate another model. So comparing those customers with and without XR, we found the conversion rate of the previous one is 600% increase than those customers without using the XR. And when the customers is experiencing this virtual space, XR can boost the conversion rate and can trigger their interest in our products. And now the offline retail industry is facing great difficulties. Maybe this is a way out for them. In the Xidan Chen shopping mall, we built a whole scenario navigation system for it. In the Lantern Festival, we work with Lego and Naixue Tea to build up such a AR navigation. And for the activities that used our technology, and the voucher coupon distribution rate is 45% more than those activities without our technologies. Now I want to play a video clip for you.
节日第一天，人好多。咦，这里好像在做什么活动？让我来看看。这个疯抢劫的 IR 好有意思，好想跟他合作。
我是把他的商业。
We have set up a model for the commercial complex, and we built a fake moon to put in the middle of the plaza. And then we connect. The consumers can scan the QR code on the moon, and to participate in the activities of the brands we work with. For example, Lego. In this way, we can connect the marketing activities of the shopping mall and the specific brands. So such innovative marketing contents is very beneficial for both merchants and users. And the result that we have been able to increase the conversion rate by 40%. The daily usage rate is around 380 at the peak and 290 on average, so throughout that event. In the mixed city, in Hefei city, we've also done a demonstration combining all the scenarios. In the Xidan Joy City, we leverage the AR navigation, but now in the mixed city, we leverage live streaming, cloud gaming, 5G, and XR HD video, and online VR gaming. We apply all of those technologies in the scenario of mixed city, and such event lasts for 1 year. According to our statistics, at the peak, 50,000 users were actually using our AR, and the feedback of that is 90% satisfaction rate. Most of the users are very interested in this because it's connected to their daily life. And also they can take advantage of that to enjoy the discount of the shopping malls. And when they are shopping, it can improve their shopping experience. Last year, with our 5G and XR, we have also done some upgrades of digital applications. The Hefei Mixed City is one of the most successful case study of 5G plus MEC. the total sales volume is increased by 40% with the technology. In the Guangzhou Yuehui shopping mall, by the 2021, we have accomplished it as a milestone project. So we actually leverage cloud XR in the Guangzhou Yuehui shopping. The bottleneck of cloud XR is that we need to mobilize the local sensors, and there is no cloud native support. So if you're involved in AR or VR, you know the cloud native support is AirKit or Air Foundation or AirQuote, but it's not supported or it's not available in the mini program of WeChat. And for WeChat, there are a lot of restrictions on the mobilization of data of users, and those rendering package is too small, only 2 KB. So we need to optimize the cloud native application. At the end, we work with WeChat and other companies to make optimizations. Via the cloud rendering, we bring the AR code to the web end. So this year, we can provide those in-depth gaming 3D experience based on the web end. And those very simple 3D contents can also be presented. For example, we have done a ice city in the plaza. So all of those can be incorporated into the mini WeChat group and to attract the private traffic to the shopping mall. On the opening ceremony of the shopping mall, we did a AR show, which was very successful. In 2020, we also had a project in Sichuan, Chengdu, Kuanzhaixiangzi, and a VR case study because during 2020 there was lockdown and most of the merchants had a very low sales volume. That's why we leverage AR and VR to show the tourists around virtually Kuanzhaixiangzi. Because Kuanzhaixiangzi has the maintenance of private traffic of tourists, we launched a VR Go product. So to some extent, we help the merchants of the Kuanzhaixiangzi to relieve the pressure of a pandemic. Well, year-on-year growth with VR technology, the traffic increased by 33%, including online and offline traffic. So we created a virtual parallel Kuanzhaixiangzi. During the pandemic, with our digitization efforts, with the leverage of AR and VR technologies, the Kuanzhaixiangzi was praised by the Ministry of Commerce as the model street, one of the 5 model streets in China. And now Kuanzhaixiangzi is having an in-depth transformation. By scanning it, we can build up a more precise model. And then with the VR and AR interactions, we can attract more tourists online and offline. In the past 2 years, since 2 years ago, we have been working with 100 commercial complexes and shopping malls, and this year the number is growing. In many XR spaces, we have done many trials. Some trials were successful, some were not.
And generally speaking, for SR, offline space updates is a good tool. First, it connects online, offline, that through continuous contents to create a chain, that through touch point they become the nodes on the chain, that through data collection on the nodes, it make a breakthrough of all those nodes because we're doing the private domain operation. By breakthrough of all those nodes, we could do complementary of all this traffic. A different brand store when they do some campaign through our continuous connections, it promotes cooperation. We also have another strategy for cooperation. We work together with the different players. These are the partners we are sourcing now. If you are interested, we could have more communication. That's all for my sharing. Thank you.